What's up guys, Rods Revs here. You know what we're talking about today? You saw that little B-roll montage. We've got the Action Bronson 990v6, the Lapis Lazuli colorway as it is so called. Finally have my hands on a pair in my collection. I've been wearing them pretty much non-stop for any, active activities for the past about 2 weeks that I've had them. Oh, and they're absolutely wonderful. Feels good to have more New Balances in the collection. I've got these and the 998's pretty new in the collection, and they just fantastic. So let's first talk about the design, their story. These are designed by Action Bronson, of course, and these are called the Lapis Lazuli, obviously in reference to the precious gemstone or mineral Lapis Lazuli. With all the blue tones, you can see how it gets that name, Action Bronson himself explained the story behind his inspiration with this colorway in specific was to sort of make his own version of the classic navy New Balance sneaker.
I wanted to modernize a classic navy and hit him with every different type of blue that you possibly can.
And this is his twist on that. A lot more cohesive and a lot more wearable than the Baklava version of the 990v6, and I vastly prefer this one just because it's so much more wearable. I do love the Baklava, but it's just too much. Let's talk about its makeup and materials, starting with the sole. As you can see, mine here in the camera has quite a bit of dirt and grime in it, but the pretty B-roll shots that you're looking at have considerably less. It's got not a gum, but just a brown rubber outsole at the tip of the shoe and going on the very top. We've got this very light turquoisey aqua blue on the forefoot, and then as you come down towards the heel, we've got more of that brown rubber outsole. And etched into the sole of the sneaker up at the top, we have established in 1982. And then on the heel, we have fuel cell in the main part of the heel because we got fuel cell technology in there. And then New Balance in big bold on the side there. You can really see it now that they've dirtied up since dirt has gotten into the cracks there. Most of the midsole is this creamy yellow. It's definitely not white. A lot of sneakers will have, a creamified beige outsole to give them that aged look, but this is considerably more yellow. Starting from the tip of the toe, it goes all the way until just about at the heel. And then we have this blue striped section, which is then covered at the bottom with a little bit more yellow. The sole is like two distinct parts, which I think is a pretty dope way to show that off. Then moving on to the upper of the shoe, we've got nothing but premium. Going around the entire sneaker, all the way at the bottom, we have this dark navy blue suede that is absolutely premium. It does what all great suede should, and it moves and changes color as you drag your finger over it, and I just love it so much. Good quality suede is something that really takes a nice sneaker over the edge for me. I love a nice suede on a sneaker, and this is nothing but the best right there. Then moving up over top of the toe and underneath most of the other panels on the upper of the shoe, we have this nice dark blue, almost black looking in comparison to the other blues of this cushy mesh. It's nice and breathable, nice and soft, comfortable. It's your classic New Balance mesh. Also on top of the toe, on that front area, we've got this more aquamarine, kind of like a teal turquoisey kind of blue. It's a bit more green in shade, and it has this white accent stitching that I think is pretty neat. Really makes it pop a little more. Then continuing up the side, we've got the New Balance N, which is in a reflective 3M type material. In the darkness, it does shine and glow. And then we've got a little bit more than that as we go around the side of the ankle, followed by a little more mesh. Then rounding out the back, we've got this plastic piece marking the heel counter. And then to keep it nice and soft on the back of your heel, we've got a little bit more mesh. It's a bit different, a bit more dense than the mesh that's over the toe and around the sides. And it's also in this bright purple color, adding a little bit of accent to the very back of the shoe. And then come around to the top, we can look at the laces and the tongue. We've got some more beautiful suede that changes colors as you move it, but it's a little bit more of a bright blue than the suede down at the bottom. The tongue is made out of those meshes The bottom part of the tongue is made of the same mesh as on top of the toe. And then the top part of the tongue is the same as what's that purple bit on the heel. And then of course we've got the Baklava 990v6 emblazoned on the tongue. You gotta know who it's coming from. And then with the laces, we've got these, kind of reminds me of Tim's, this round lace that's red and yellow. On mine presently, I actually swapped them out for black elastic laces. I love putting elastic laces in my active sneakers, you know, the ones I go for a jog to the gym in. And I like the more cohesive look with having a neutral flat lace instead of another accent color. But I do also appreciate the accent color of that yellow and red lace there. You know, I know the inspiration with it being a work boot like a Tim, you know, I understand it and I can appreciate it. So that's looking over all of the materials and the different panels and construction on this sneaker. Let's talk about actually wearing them. Talking about the sizing and the fit on these sneakers, they fit me perfectly fine. I always get an 11 when it comes to New Balances, and I got the same thing in these, and they fit me fine. With the elastic laces I added in there, I have them nice and tight, and I can just slip them on. They're very comfortable, and I absolutely love how the upper feels on my foot when I'm wearing them. Transitioning a little bit about the comfort, these are absolutely top tier when it comes to comfort and wearability. Underneath the feet, you have those two different types of dense foam, and it just makes it an absolute dream. I've been doing my workouts in these, going for runs and jogs, been doing some heavy lifting, helping out with the garden and the landscaping in my backyard, and these have been my go-to in the past couple of weeks I've had them, and they've been absolutely fantastic. The 2002s used to be my go-to, but it's definitely these now. That goes for underfoot comfort. It has just enough squish to make it very comfortable to go for a run, but it's still nice and stable, so I can do lifting or, you know, lift big bags of soil and whatnot, whatever I gotta do around the house, and I'm still good. And then the above foot comfort, all the upper, it's absolutely top tier. The combination of the soft leathers and the mesh that goes around most of the front and top of the shoe is just fantastic. It's super breathable and soft on your foot. Nothing's constricting. I don't know, there's just nothing more I could ask for in a comfort style sneaker like this. It's absolutely top tier. That is with the asterisk that I added my elastic laces. Those are a personal touch that I always add to my comfy workout and exercise shoes. So I'd highly recommend that. But of course you can keep the default laces in there if you like. That's just a thing that I do. So overall, when it comes to the materials, the construction, the comfort, fit, sizing, everything all together, it doesn't get much better than this. The 990v6 has to be as high as it goes, a 10 out of 10. This is an absolute must-have in my opinion. If you guys are thinking of getting a pair of these, I would scope out a good deal and make sure to add one of these to your collection. Whether or not it's this colorway or not, whatever it is, it's absolutely worth it to have. That's gonna be it from me in this video, but I'll see you in the next one. Adios.